What's going on, guys? Going to do a quick market update, and I want to talk about coin, and we can also touch on SoFi as well. Basically, just choppy day in the market, another red day, and then towards the end of the day, we really saw that big sell-off, and even after hours, we're seeing a bit of a sell-off. So we kind of talked about this in yesterday's video, just kind of expecting low volume sell-off right now. So go watch yesterday's video. It'll kind of make sense on why we're feeling this sell-off, but not bearish. Just when the volume comes back into the market, I do expect things to get bought back up. But we're just kind of seeing that sell-off at the moment on SPY, QQQ, and IWM. And so as IWM falls, that's going to bring SoFi down, and hopefully we do get our buy zone. But let's get into the charts for coin and SoFi and some of the options flow and things on Twitter. All right, so first up, we're going to hop into coin real quick. Nothing crazy on the flow side, but today we did see a little bit of put flow come in for 116 and then a leap, which I would just ignore this. 20 strike is crazy. But basically seeing 150K to the short side for 227.5. I'm going to keep monitoring the flow and see if larger orders come in, because that will definitely back this trade idea. But really we need Bitcoin to follow through and not get a nice bounce on Bitcoin. So we shall see, but the chart is setting up nicely. So basically this bear flag kind of topped out and now entering this gap. Now this is not going to be the easiest short. There will be bounces throughout. 224, 217, those are going to be big spots. If we can break this previous month low and enter into the gap, basically you'll see it kind of enter, maybe retest, and that could be an entry. We would need the overall market to continue to be red, Bitcoin to continue to pull back, but this is a pretty fat short. And obviously once this gap fills, I would look to go long. But yeah, this is the idea on coin at the moment. And then Bitcoin, it is also, looking like it wants to break down and fill this 1 week fair value gap. Maybe even test 73.5. We'll see. That is near the April lows when the market was big bearish. So yeah, I would love to at least see Bitcoin come and test previous month low. That would help coin fall. So that's what we have at the moment. So 230 is the put wall gamma. So that's going to act like a magnet. Break through that. Then you're looking at, 225, 220, 210, 200. Those round numbers, those whole numbers, like 210, 220, those are just where people want to place their money because they're the round strikes with the highest volume, but those can also act as magnets. But that's what we have on coin so far. Definitely one to keep your eyes on. A couple things to note for Bitcoin. It's going to close red for 2025. Bitcoin has never went back-to-back red years in history. And in the year following a red year, Bitcoin has averaged 94% gains. So maybe if Bitcoin goes red and continues red early into 2026, coin will fill that gap below. That could be the long-term opportunity to get into coin for Bitcoin's reversal in 2026. TrendSpider also pretty much mentioned the same thing. The following year has a 100% win rate. This guy talks about how the institutional ownership for coin is continuing to rise as retail turns bearish on it. So if you're not going to play this downside, you could wait for this gap to fill and then load up on coin potentially for a long-term, opportunity, whether it's shares or call options. And then this guy's chart I really like. So basically, you guys kind of see how I'm targeting that low 210 mark, we'll say. 213 is a gap fill, but it could, continue lower, maybe even 200. This lines up with this guy's inverse head and shoulders. So if we can break down to around that 210, just call it 210 to 215 mark, an extension of that would be down to this 0.786 extension, but that is setting up for a nice long. And he's even saying could 2x from here, looking for 311, 440 to trade again. So if you aren't comfortable shorting, this is just something to, set your alerts for the low 200s on coin, and that could be a long opportunity. And then wrapping up with SoFi, pretty much same chart as yesterday, obviously. Not much action today for SoFi, but it's still, setting up to come down to our buy zone. As far as the flow goes, really no action in the market today. There wasn't a lot of flow, but SoFi is a little bit more bearish, leaning more bearish. And then, come February, March, probably see those 30 strikes start to hit even more. So short-term bearish on SoFi. As far as the daily goes, just a quick update on that. Obviously, we still have a gap above. Just be wary though, don't get trapped. SoFi could pop and fill this gap. I wouldn't expect it to continue much higher than that, just given the overall market and wanting to pull back. But that's what we have right now. And then IWM is starting to break below previous month high. And I kind of want to see it come down a few more dollars, which will obviously drag SoFi down and test some of these other previous month ranges, like previous month value area high at 242, previous month POC. So we'll see what this low volume market does. Obviously, Thursday is closed. People are on vacation still. And so this price action is very manipulated, very low volume. So just keep that in mind and trade carefully. So please like and subscribe and have a good one.